The cameras weren't supposed to catch this. The producers weren't supposed to roll tape. But when Kirk Frost collapsed into tears, literally dropping to his knees in front of Rasheeda after a doctor's shocking warning, nothing could stop the chaos that followed. This wasn't just another love and hip-hop argument. This was raw, desperate, and terrifying, and the question now tearing through the internet is simple. Will Rasheeda forgive him, or has Kirk's time finally run out? According to insiders, it all started with a quiet doctor's visit that was never meant to become public. But when Kirk's test results came back, the words were described as life-changing. The warning wasn't just about his health, it was about his future, his marriage, his entire family. And instead of facing it like a man, Kirk did what Kirk always does. He ran straight to Rasheeda, begging for forgiveness, begging for one more chance to fix everything before it was too late. But here's where it gets even more shocking. Rasheeda didn't cry. She didn't scream. She didn't even flinch. Eyewitnesses say she stood there in silence, watching him unravel, while cameras rolled and producers whispered, unsure if they were filming a scene for television or the end of a marriage in real life. The footage of Kirk pleading, hands trembling, voice breaking, the usually smug Frost turned into a desperate shell, has already leaked in snippets, and fans are losing their minds. Hashtags like hashtag Kirk begging, hashtag Rasheeda decides, and hashtag Doctor Warning are trending everywhere. Some fans say this is karma catching up. Others say Rasheeda deserves better than another apology tour. But here's the twist no one saw coming. Insiders claim the doctor's warning wasn't just about Kirk, it's about something that could affect the entire Frost family. So what did the doctor really say? And will Rasheeda's silence be the calm before she finally explodes? Stay tuned, because this story is about to rip the lid off love and hip-hop once again. To understand why Kirk Frost's desperate plea to Rasheeda hit the internet like a bomb, you have to know the messy history that's been haunting this couple for over a decade. Because when Kirk fell to his knees after a doctor's shocking warning, this wasn't just about one bad test result, it was the breaking point of years of betrayal, heartbreak, and second chances that may have finally run out. Kirk and Rasheeda have been the center of love and hip-hop Atlanta since the very beginning. Their marriage has been tested publicly in ways most people couldn't survive privately. Cheating scandals, side babies, secret business deals, and countless arguments. Their relationship has been a headline machine, each chapter messier than the last. And through it all, Rasheeda has always played the role of the strong one. She forgave, she rebuilt, she focused on family and business, while Kirk seemed to treat her forgiveness like an endless well he could keep dipping into. But this time, things are different. It all started quietly, with Kirk going in for what was supposed to be a routine doctor's visit. At 50 plus, with years of stress, late nights, and bad habits catching up, Kirk had been ignoring warning signs about his health. According to insiders, Rasheeda had begged him for months to take his health seriously. But Kirk, stubborn as ever, brushed it off. Until now, the doctor's words weren't just a wake-up call, they were described as life-changing. Insiders say the warning wasn't simply about Kirk's health. It tied directly to the stress he's caused his marriage, the weight of his lifestyle, and the danger of not changing his ways immediately. Whatever the doctor told him, it was enough to strip Kirk of his pride and push him into full-blown panic. And that's when the cameras caught the moment. Kirk came home, visibly shaken, and found Rasheeda. For once, the confident Frost who always tried to control the narrative was gone. Instead, he collapsed in front of her, sobbing and begging for forgiveness. He promised he would change. He promised this time was different. He swore the doctor's words had opened his eyes, and that he needed her not just as his wife, but as his lifeline. But here's where it gets cold. Rasheeda didn't react. Not with tears, not with anger, not with compassion. She stood still, her silence louder than any words. For a woman who has lived through betrayal after betrayal, that silence spoke volumes. It wasn't just about Kirk's health, it was about whether she even had the strength left to care. Fans who saw snippets of the footage online couldn't believe it. Kirk, The man who once denied his side baby on national television was now begging on his knees for forgiveness. And Rasheeda, the woman who had always found a way to forgive, looked like she was finally out of grace. The irony. The doctor's warning wasn't just about Kirk's body. According to insiders, the doctor warned that Kirk's actions, the stress he caused in his marriage, the lifestyle he refused to leave behind could endanger not just him, but the stability of his entire family. And that's why this moment felt so heavy. This wasn't just another scandal. This was Kirk Frost staring down the reality that his choices could cost him everything: his health, his marriage, and his family's future. But the real question remains, was Kirk's breakdown genuine, or was it just another desperate performance to keep Rasheeda from walking away for good? Because if Rasheeda's silence means what fans think it does, this time, forgiveness might not be on the table. The footage starts with Kirk sitting in the corner of the Frost household, his head buried in his hands. The man who once strutted through clubs with arrogance and denied every accusation thrown his way now looked like a broken shell of himself. The doctor's words were still ringing in his ears, and for the first time, Kirk Frost wasn't scared of losing money or fans, he was scared of losing his life. According to leaks from the production team, the doctor's warning had been blunt. Kirk's lifestyle, the late nights, the stress, the constant fighting, the drinking, and yes, even the drama-filled betrayals had caught up to him. His blood pressure was spiking, his cholesterol was off the charts, and there were early indicators of something much more serious looming if he didn't make drastic changes immediately. But the part that hit hardest wasn't medical jargon. It was the doctor allegedly looking Kirk straight in the eye and saying, "You won't survive another year of living like this, and your marriage won't survive it either." Those words broke him. That's why. Hours later, Kirk was on his knees in front of Rasheeda. He begged her to forgive him, not just for the health scare but for everything. He promised this time was different. He said the doctor's words made him realize how badly he'd failed her, how every lie and betrayal had chipped away at not only their love but also his very future. "Rasheeda, I swear, I can't lose you. I can't lose us. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll change. I'll fight. Just please, forgive me. Don't give up on me now." The desperation in his voice sent chills through fans who saw the leaked clip. But Rasheeda's silence was even louder. She sat back, her eyes locked on him, expression unreadable. For years she had been the one to give him chance after chance. This time, she looked like a woman at the edge of her patience. And then came the first twist. Rasheeda had her own revelation. According to insiders, right before Kirk broke down, Rasheeda had been contacted by the very same doctor who saw Kirk. And the warning she received wasn't just about Kirk's health, it was about her. The doctor allegedly told Rasheeda that the stress Kirk had been putting her under, the years of emotional damage, the weight of carrying their family while enduring his betrayals, had put her at risk too. One leaked line from the doctor's message spread like wildfire across blogs. "This marriage isn't just breaking Kirk, it's breaking you too." That's why Rasheeda didn't move when Kirk begged. That's why she didn't break down or offer comfort. Because for once, she was hearing from a professional what she had always felt in her heart. This relationship might be destroying them both. Fans online couldn't believe it. Suddenly, the betrayal of his past hovered like a shadow over his pleas. Every time Kirk tried to sound sincere, fans remembered Jasmine Washington. They remembered the secret child. They remembered every scene of Rasheeda in tears while Kirk smirked in denial. Now, with his health at risk, was this just another performance to pull her back in? But here's where the twist gets even heavier. Insiders claim Rasheeda has been quietly meeting with lawyers, not for divorce yet, but for protection. Allegedly, she's been exploring how to secure her businesses, her assets, and her children's future in case Kirk's health scare turns into something worse or in case she finally decides she can't carry his weight anymore. The revelation of Rasheeda's secret legal meetings sent social media into a frenzy. Fans speculated that Rasheeda might finally be ready to walk away, not out of anger, but out of survival. Hashtags like hashtag Rasheeda deserves peace and hashtag protect your energy started trending alongside hashtag Kirk begging. And as if the drama wasn't enough, a fake but believable leaked text made the rounds online, allegedly from Kirk to a friend, where he admitted, "If she leaves me now, I'm done. The doctor scared me to death, bro. I can't be alone." Whether real or not, the text captured what fans were already saying. Kirk wasn't just scared of his health, he was terrified of losing Rasheeda for good. The cliffhanger at this stage couldn't be more gut-wrenching. Kirk was begging like never before. Rasheeda was silent, holding the weight of her own doctor's warning and her family's future in her hands. And the internet? The internet was on fire, torn between sympathy and cynicism, watching to see if this time would be any different or if Kirk Frost's tears were just another chapter in a cycle Rasheeda no longer wanted to repeat. The begging should have been enough. Kirk Frost on his knees, tears in his eyes, promising for the 1,000th time that this time would be different. But the truth is, everyone had seen this performance before. The crocodile tears, the sudden promises, the desperate apologies only after the damage was done. And that's why when Rasheeda stayed silent, refusing to comfort him, refusing to even move, it shook fans to their core, because it was the first time she truly looked finished. But then came the shocking reveal that turned whispers into headlines. Rasheeda wasn't just tired, she was already planning her escape. According to insiders close to production, Rasheeda had been quietly meeting with lawyers weeks before Kirk's doctor's visit. At first, the meetings were described as precautionary, focusing on securing her businesses and assets in case Kirk's health spiraled. But as time went on, the conversations allegedly shifted to something far heavier: legal separation. Leaked snippets of emails made their way onto gossip blogs, one allegedly showing Rasheeda's name in correspondence with a high-profile Atlanta divorce attorney. The subject line alone was enough to set the internet ablaze. Options for moving forward. Fans immediately took sides. Some cheered her on, tweeting under hashtag Rasheeda deserves peace that it was long overdue. Others begged her not to give up, pointing out that Kirk's breakdown looked like the first real moment of vulnerability in years. But the story didn't stop there. Another leak, this time a voice note allegedly recorded during a closed-door conversation with a friend, surfaced online. The woman's voice, believed to be Rasheeda's, said, "I've forgiven him so many times. I don't know if I've got any forgiveness left in me. And now the doctor's telling me his lifestyle is killing him, but what about what it's doing to me?" The rawness of the line cut through every corner of social media. This wasn't just a wife dealing with a husband's mistakes anymore. This was a woman realizing she might have been sacrificing her own health and happiness to carry him. The hashtag Protect Your Energy movement went viral overnight, with fans posting clips of Rasheeda over the years crying, confronting Kirk, rebuilding herself, and pairing it with messages urging her to finally put herself first. Meanwhile, Kirk's desperation only escalated. Sources claim he began sending Rasheeda daily handwritten notes, promising to change. Some even leaked a supposed text from Kirk saying, "I'll sell everything if I have to. I'll shut it all down. Just don't leave me, Rasheeda, please." But the internet wasn't buying it. Memes flooded TikTok, with captions like "Kirk promises, Season 11 edition and same script, different year." And then came the most shocking insider claim yet. Allegedly, Rasheeda has been in quiet talks with love and hip-hop producers about filming a solo storyline without Kirk. If true, that would be the clearest sign yet that she's preparing to step into her own spotlight without him by her side. The producers, of course, smelled ratings gold. One insider leaked, "If Rasheeda really leaves Kirk, that's the biggest storyline this show's ever had. But she's playing her cards close. Nobody knows what she'll decide." The reveal threw fans into chaos. Could this be the end of the Frost marriage on TV and in real life? Was Rasheeda using Kirk's breakdown as proof that he wasn't going to change, no matter what the doctors said? But then, as if things weren't messy enough, one final leak made its way online and it sent fans spiraling. A supposed copy of the doctor's written notes surfaced, shared by an anonymous account claiming to be tied to the medical office. In it, one chilling line stood out: patient stressors include marital instability. Recommend immediate lifestyle change or risk severe consequences within 12 months. The revelation hit like a bomb. Not only was Kirk's health in jeopardy, but the doctor had linked his failing marriage as a direct factor in his declining condition. And that begged the ultimate question: if staying in the marriage could kill him, and leaving it could finally free her, what choice would Rasheeda make? As the episode closed, fans were left with the image of Kirk still on his knees, Rasheeda staring down at him with cold silence, and the internet on fire with speculation. Would Rasheeda walk away to protect herself? Would Kirk's health scare finally force him to change? Or was this the final chapter of a marriage that had already died years ago? The reaction was instant and explosive. The minute the doctor's warning clip aired and Kirk's breakdown went public, social media turned into a war zone. Twitter timelines lit up with hashtags that trended globally in less than an hour. Hashtag pray for Rasheeda, hashtag Kirk begging tour, and the most brutal one yet, hashtag divorce him sis. Fans were merciless. Memes of Kirk on his knees flooded Instagram within minutes, some edited with dramatic violin music, others with captions like "How many times Rasheeda gotta teach you this lesson, old man?" TikTok creators stitched the episode into parody skits, one viral video showing a man dropping to his knees in the grocery store begging his wife not to take the last chicken wing. It was comedy for some, but heartbreak for others. The fan divide became clear. One side rallied behind Rasheeda, saying she had sacrificed enough years, tears, and business opportunities for Kirk's mess. The other side, smaller but loud, claimed that Kirk's health scare was a wake-up call and that Rasheeda leaving now would push him over the edge. But the fan wars were only the beginning. Celebrities started weighing in. Tammy Rivera, who's had her own highly publicized ups and downs, posted a cryptic Instagram story with the line, "Peace is priceless. Don't ever let guilt trap you in hell." Fans immediately tagged Rasheeda 100 times, convinced it was advice aimed directly at her. Meanwhile, Spice, never one to hold her tongue, went live and practically laughed at the entire situation. "Me tell enough from long time once a man show you who him is, believe him." Kirk begging now? He shoulda begged when Rasheeda was crying her eyes out on national TV. That clip alone got over 2 million views in 12 hours. But the wildest reaction came from Love and hip-hop producers themselves. According to leaked emails between staff, producers were scrambling to figure out how to frame the storyline moving forward. One leaked message allegedly read, "If Rasheeda files for divorce on camera, this becomes the #1 storyline across all franchises. Do not let this happen off-screen." The production drama leaked onto gossip blogs, sparking rumors that VH1 might even offer Rasheeda her own spin-off if she decided to walk away from Kirk publicly. The working title fans floated on Twitter, Rasheeda, unfrosted. But not everyone was clapping. Some in the hip-hop community called out the public for turning Kirk's health into entertainment. One Atlanta rapper tweeted, "Y'all clowning? A man begging for his life while ignoring the fact doctors saying he could die?" Social media got no heart. Still, the tidal wave of fan edits and celebrity hot takes overshadowed any sympathy Kirk tried to earn. His attempts to spin the narrative backfired almost immediately. Sources claimed Kirk's PR team reached out to blogs, pushing the idea that he was a changed man and ready to prioritize family over fame, but screenshots leaked showing that same PR email being mocked in group chats by editors. Changed man? He's been changed more times than the TV channel. Next. As the backlash spiraled, insiders say Rasheeda received unexpected support from powerful figures. Allegedly, a private DM from Mary J. Blige offered words of encouragement. "Stay strong, sis. Don't let history repeat. Protect your peace." Fans speculated whether Mary was referring to her own messy divorce and whether she was subtly hinting that Rasheeda should take the leap. Meanwhile, Kirk made one final attempt to control the narrative and it backfired spectacularly. He went live, unshaven, emotional, saying, "People don't know what's really going on. I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for my life. Rasheeda is my everything. Please respect our privacy." But instead of sympathy, the internet erupted in laughter and anger. Screenshots of his live were instantly turned into memes, paired with captions like "privacy on a show called Love and Hip Hop." Others accused him of manipulating Rasheeda publicly once again, weaponizing his health to guilt her into staying. The industry reaction grew so big that even mainstream outlets like TMZ and Entertainment Tonight jumped on the story. Headlines like "Kirk Frost's marriage on live support fans beg Rasheeda to leave" dominated trending pages, and just when things seemed at their peak, one final industry insider leaked threw gasoline on the fire. Apparently, a major streaming service had quietly reached out to Rasheeda's camp about a possible documentary if she decided to end things with Kirk. The pitch? A docu-series called Breaking Free: Rasheeda's Truth. The reaction was nuclear. Fans debated whether she should cash in and tell her story solo, or whether that would be exploiting the situation even further. By the end of the week, one thing was clear: Kirk's begging may have been meant to save his marriage, but all it really did was spark a firestorm that made Rasheeda the most powerful woman in the love and hip-hop universe, with the entire world waiting to see if she'd stay or go. But then came the final twist that nobody expected, and it left fans more divided than ever. Just when everyone thought the story had peaked, a bombshell dropped that nobody saw coming. Late Friday night, a mysterious audio recording surfaced online, allegedly capturing a private conversation between Kirk and one of his closest friends. In the clip, Kirk can be heard saying something that shattered the fragile sympathy he had gained. "The doctor's exaggerating, bro. I'm fine. I just need Rasheeda to feel scared enough to never leave me." The internet exploded. If the recording was real, it meant Kirk may have weaponized his health scare as nothing more than a twisted manipulation tactic to lock Rasheeda into the marriage. The hashtag Kirk lied trended instantly, and fans went into full meltdown mode. Rasheeda herself stayed silent at first, but insiders say she was absolutely devastated. A source close to her told one blog, "Rasheeda was pacing, crying, and saying, 'After everything I've done, after all the forgiveness, this man still plays games with my heart.'" Then came the second twist. Hours after the audio leaked, Rasheeda's business partner accidentally posted and quickly deleted a screenshot of an email thread showing Rasheeda in talks with a divorce attorney. Fans screenshotted it before it disappeared, and the evidence spread like wildfire. The email subject line read, "Confidential consultation, divorce proceedings." The world went into shock. Was this finally it? After decades of humiliation, was Rasheeda ready to walk away, and this time for good? But Kirk wasn't going down quietly. He fired back on Instagram, posting a black and white photo of him and Rasheeda from their early days together with the caption, "Don't believe the lies. Real love can't be broken." But instead of warming hearts, the comment section was flooded with fans calling him out. "You lied about babies. You lied about cheating. Now you lying about dying. Let that woman be free." Then came the third and most shocking twist. According to one Atlanta gossip outlet, Kirk's health scare may not have been fabricated entirely. The doctor's warning about stress wasn't fake, but the report revealed something deeper. Kirk had allegedly been hiding a serious condition for years, one that could drastically shorten his life if untreated. The revelation sent fans into chaos. Was the leaked audio an old recording taken out of context? Or had Kirk been downplaying his illness while still using it to manipulate Rasheeda? The confusion only fueled the fire, leaving the audience torn between sympathy and disgust. But here's the cliffhanger that left jaws on the floor. A paparazzi photo surfaced of Rasheeda leaving a law office with a folder tucked under her arm. Zoomed-in images showed the word settlement draft scribbled on the front page. Fans went feral. Entire YouTube channels started live streaming with titles like Rasheeda filing for divorce. It's over for Kirk Frost's settlement. Leaks. But just as the speculation reached its highest point, Rasheeda posted a cryptic Instagram story. A simple photo of her hand still wearing her wedding ring with the caption, "Decisions take time. Don't rush me." The ambiguity sent the internet into a frenzy. Was she staying? Was she leaving? Was she leveraging the storyline for her own spin-off? Nobody knew for sure, and that's where the saga ends for now. Kirk's begging has turned into one of the most chaotic scandals in love and hip-hop history, with Rasheeda holding all the cards. The world is watching. The pressure is mounting, and the next move she makes could redefine not only her marriage but her entire empire. One thing is certain. The next chapter will either crown Rasheeda as the queen who finally broke free, or lock her forever in the Frost cycle of betrayal. And the answer could come sooner than anyone expects. And there you have it. Family, a love story so twisted, so messy, and so heartbreaking that it feels like we're all trapped in the middle of it with them. Kirk Frost on his knees, Rasheeda caught between love and betrayal, and the entire world watching every single move they make. But let me ask you this after everything you just heard. Do you believe Rasheeda should forgive Kirk? Or has the time finally come for her to walk away and claim the freedom she's been denying herself for decades? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now, because I'm telling you, this isn't just gossip. This is history in the making. Fans are divided, insiders are leaking, and Rasheeda herself is dropping cryptic hints that only make things more confusing. Could her next post confirm a divorce? Or will she shock us all and stand by Kirk one more time? And don't forget, every detail in this saga matters. The leaked audio, the deleted email, the paparazzi shots, the cryptic Instagram story. These are the pieces of a puzzle that's nowhere near finished. You don't want to miss the next piece that drops, because it could flip this entire story upside down. So here's what you need to do. Smash that like button if you're as shook as I am right now. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel with notifications on, because when the next bombshell hits, you're gonna want to be the first to know. Trust me, the tea is only getting hotter from here. And one last thing, if Rasheeda files those papers tomorrow, or if Kirk pulls one last stunt to save his empire, we'll be right here breaking it down. The story isn't ending, it's just getting started. Stay locked in.